Hi, St. John's. It's Chris Roussel.
Peggy Howell.
And Ben Kogel.
Today is Monday, December 16th, 2024, and this is your weekly update. So we've got all kind of fun stuff happening, right?
We sure do.
Yeah. What's coming up on the calendar?
Well, first, Sunday is the last Sunday of Advent.
Oh.
Yeah,
that
so
seemed
quick.
to go really quickly, right?
It does. Well, we were just talking in the staff meetings about how we can't believe it's almost January. Yeah, it feels like, always does feel like at this time of year that things are just one after the other, and yeah.
There you go.
There
And so
you go.
not only is it the fourth Sunday of Advent, it is also the Sunday that precedes Christmas, which means our annual tradition of
Lessons and carols.
Look how we went right into that.
Perfect.
Yeah, so tell us about that. So it's an Anglican tradition, is it not?
Yes, it is. It started at King's College in Cambridge, and that's where, of course, the most famous one is every year, so you can watch that on NPR. You can listen to it on NPR, and you can watch it on public television, but it's live on Christmas Eve at 10 o'clock in the morning. But ours uses the same bidding prayer that the traditional bidding prayer, and we are doing some wonderful pieces. It's our choir, St. John's Parish Choir, plus Cantate Children's and Youth Choir, which, as you probably know, I also direct. So there will be, you can see the balcony up there in our picture, in our video, and there will be 60 people crammed up there singing together. The children sing some of the pieces with the adults sing some by themselves, and then the children also sing by themselves. It's a wonderful service. Come early because we have lots of people who come, and 4 o'clock on Sunday afternoon, it's going to be great.
So the 9 lessons correspond to a walk through salvation history.
It's basically the history of man's salvation.
So
yes.
the very first lesson is from the book of Genesis.
It is, and it's always done by a young chorister. So we have a 9-year-old boy who's reading the first lesson, and then the final lesson it's sort of builds up
a progression.
A progression. The last lesson is by our rector, Chris. But in between, we have some community leaders, some arts leaders in the community reading lessons. So it's always the readers of the lessons also are always wonderful.
And each of the carols correspond to that particular lesson.
They do.
There's a lesson, then a carol, then a lesson, then a carol.
Right.
Yeah.
Sometimes there are 2 together because the congregation also gets to sing a few carols. So everybody gets a chance to sing.
Wonderful.
It's fantastic.
My parents come every year from Winston-Salem for
isn't
our
that
lessons and
nice?
carols.
I love it.
So there are lots of folks from out of town who come from, maybe not as far as North Carolina, but from Bedford and Amherst and wherever else.
Oh, I have a friend from Pennsylvania coming.
Well, there you
Oh,
go.
that's great. That is
Takes the
absolutely
cake.
great.
Yep.
So that's coming up. And then when we look at next week, we're really looking and staring in the face of Christmas.
That's right. Our Christmas services, traditionally, our pageant is 4 p.m.
Correct.
There's some rehearsals this week and next for that pageant. Very exciting, wonderful event every year. That's the big one.
That is the big one.
And that, of course, will also be right up here. They'll all be where we're standing as they tell us the Christmas story, as they do every year.
And then our late service is 10 p.m. on Christmas Eve. Also a well-attended service, and so we look forward to having you there. And then on Christmas Day, we're using 10:30 a.m. That's our usual 10:30 a.m. time slot on Sunday mornings. There's no 8 a.m., but there's a 10:30 a.m. We wanted to give folks an opportunity to spend Christmas morning with their families, and then later in the morning come and worship and celebrate the birth of our Lord Jesus Christ.
That's right.
Yeah. Following that, our office is closed on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. It will be open on Thursday and Friday. I do want to put a plug in. We had asked that any end-of-the-year donations be submitted to the office by yesterday, the 15th. We're extending it just a little bit. Please don't wait till the 30th or the 31st because of the way our deposits run. If you want your tax credit for this current calendar year, it's imperative that you get those funds to us as soon as possible. We thank you for your generosity, but in order for things to go smoothly and you to get the tax credit that you're seeking, it's really important that you get that done sooner rather than later. As you can imagine, Nicole, who is our accounts receivable person, is also in charge of, let's see, she has the Sunday bulletin, the 9 Lessons and Carols bulletin, the Christmas Eve pageant bulletin, the 10 p.m. bulletin, and the Christmas Day bulletin. That's 5 bulletins.
And the Sunday after Christmas.
And the Sunday after Christmas that she wants to get done before we go off for Christmas.
And we're printing the tidings as we speak.
Oh my gosh. So you can see how we're stacked up at the office with our staff. They are working so hard and diligently. But if you could sort of work alongside with us and get those end of the year checks in as soon as possible, then we'll get that in the bank for you.
Awesome.
Since
we mentioned it, I do want to mention that the 29th, the Sunday after Christmas, is a combined worship service.
Oh, yes.
9:45 a.m. We'll have, in the church, we'll have Deacon Kathy Maddox with us as a guest.
So there's no breakfast?
No breakfast, none of the things, just church.
Just church.
9:45.
And that's more than enough, just
That's
church.
Right. Not just church. We have church.
There you
For
go.
the first Sunday after Christmas.
Church. This is great.
Yeah.
And then as you said at the outset here, January's right around the corner.
It is. It's coming soon.
Yep. Be on the lookout. We have a special service for the Feast of the Epiphany. It'll be in your upcoming tidings and in upcoming announcements.
Yes. And last note, your weekly update will be just a little bit different the next couple weeks because of schedules. The Wednesdays it usually comes out is Christmas Day and New Year's Day. So look for a weekly update a little bit earlier and a simpler one next week, and then something a little bit different the week following.
Yeah. So we'll wrap it up real quick. Favorite Christmas hymn?
Oh.
Absolute favorite.
Oh. I could not pick.
It's like choosing your favorite
I have
child,
so
right?
many.
It's like
Yes.
choosing your favorite child.
Yes.
What's one of your favorites?
Oh, come all ye faithful.
Okay. Ben?
I'm stuck thinking about O Come Emmanuel. It's Advent. But
Okay. Well, that's
fine.
okay.
That's
And then
close.
Gabriel's message for me is I just love that.
You're going to love our new setting of Gabriel's message that we're singing on Sunday.
A new setting?
Yeah. No, it's a
Look.
new setting, but it sounds traditional.
Look, I'm going to just tell you, Allison moved some furniture around in the house. I'm still trying to get over the trauma of that change. So
Bye, St. John.
listen, God bless you. We hope you have a very Merry Christmas.
See you soon. Take care.